And we are back on the air. Brad May, Ryan Leslie along with you as we get you set for the final installment of Unsportsmanlike content. Mayday, we're back where it all began here at Real Sports Bar and Grill in downtown Toronto. Last one. Boy, what a year it's been. One we won't forget. How you doing?
I got to tell you, I just had the greatest onion rings. So if you guys like onion rings, you got to come to Real Sports. Onion Ring Tower. I literally just swallowed my last one about 15 seconds ago.
It's that type of in-depth analysis.
I think it's in my tooth.
Is that what it is? It's that type of in-depth analysis where people turn here for us breaking it down. But thank you so much. What a year. We'll get into it throughout. We've got a couple of neat storylines tonight. We'll get to the game. The Dallas Stars in town tonight to take on the Maple Leafs. And depending on where you come out on all of this, you'll be tuning in for a number of reasons. So you could look at where we are in the standings in terms of where the Leafs sit and how you want them to finish. That's up to you. But there's also a lot of new names in that lineup, including tonight, Ryan Torberg, who we're going to hear from in just a moment. But first, I want to pivot. I think every Canadian knows the name Terry Fox, and every Canadian should know the importance of it. For my money, today he is probably still the most important Canadian going and just a beacon of hope and everything that went along with his journey. And his legacy lives on, Mayday.
Toughness, resilience, and what an unbelievable Canadian Terry Fox still is. His spirit lives with us. And it's going to be an amazing conversation that we're going to have here with the Terry Fox Foundation and what they're up to and all the new things that they're going to unveil. And we got to tell some stories about some great Canadians that have actually supported this incredible fundraising endeavor.
Okay, without further ado, here's a 30-second spot regarding the Terry Fox Foundation. Have a look. One of the very best commercials you'll see. You hear the music of the Tragically Hip, Gord Downie, along with Terry Fox there, and Canadians from coast to coast. Very pleased to welcome in Denise Diaz and Lisa Armstrong. Ladies, thanks so much for being here. How you doing? This is fantastic. You can't go anywhere wearing this shirt without being stopped, Denise.
I was just stopped outside. I mean, people really respond to when they see a Canadian hero like Terry Fox. I mean, especially now when everyone wants to just wear their Canadian pride. It's a great feeling.
It really is. Lisa, this cause, personal for you, near and dear to your heart. Maybe a little bit about your story before we get into the foundation work, why it was so important for you to be involved.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I have a personal connection, like so many other Canadians do, to cancer. I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer back in December of 2020. Funny story, I actually went in because my ankle was sore, and turns out that as you get older, things in joints just start to hurt. I was on my way out, and the doctor said, "Is there anything else that I can do for you?" And I thought, you know, my neck has been feeling kind of tight lately. And she took a feel and she said, "I think you should go down for an ultrasound and blood work right now." And I was diagnosed that day with thyroid cancer. And so, yeah, it's a shocking feeling to hear those words. And so many Canadians across the country hear that. And the foundation is there to just raise as much money as we can for cancer research to make it nice, you know, so that other people don't have to go through that struggle as well.
So, thanks for sharing that. I mean, I can't imagine, and so many Canadians, as you say, experience this, and I believe this is a success story. You're doing okay right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
5 years later,
yeah.
cancer-free, so that's always such a big milestone. Great, wonderful doctors that keep an active, watchful eye on me, all those checkups all the time, and it's been great, yeah.
So in some ways, your question and your own advocacy for yourself at the end of that appointment, asking that next question, what would you say to every Canadian, but adult child that goes in to see their doctor? Don't be afraid to ask those questions.
Yeah, I would say absolutely be your own advocate, and if something is feeling off, bring that up to your doctor. I was very lucky because it was caught so early. And so for me, the cancer was contained in the thyroid. I did have 7 spots of cancer that was found in there. But the doctor was able to remove lymph nodes as well that came out clear. So that we knew right away that the cancer had not spread, which is a number one thing. So I would say be your own advocate. If things are not feeling right, just go and get it checked out and trust the medical system to help guide you through. We've got the cancer research backing that will help get you to the right spot.
Denise, Terry Fox was 22 years of age when he started out on the East Coast, and it was cut short. As I think most Canadians know, there's a monument in Thunder Bay, Ontario, that marks where his journey had to stop, unfortunately. I guess throughout the years, we talked about legacy right off the top. What can you, as members of the foundation, tell us about that legacy? We see it in schools to this day. It's the one thing I think in this country, and there's others certainly, but it's one where Canadian kids, it doesn't matter what generation you're from, the foundation has done a really great job of instilling that legacy continues through generations.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the Terry Fox Foundation, we often say that we're standing on the shoulders of a giant. And we feel that every day. And we feel that with the response of Canadians across the country and around the world. I mean, a lot of people don't know Terry Fox runs in over 33 countries around the world, not just in Canada,
Amazing.
Which is incredible. It really is a global phenomenon. But I think, like, just as Terry did in 1980, that sense of unity, uniting a country from coast to coast in something that people can rally behind and believe in, we still feel that today, 46 years later. And people still do the Terry Fox run in over 650 communities across Canada. So it's a classic Canadian tradition that continues.
It is.
And it's all, I mean, Lisa's story is incredible because it goes to show you, like, when people participate and they fundraise and they make donations, it does make a difference. I mean, research has come a long way, and unfortunately, there's still a lot to be done.
And thousands of school boards across the country that are involved as well. So using the kids, our youth, to actually understand and learn about cancer and the research that's out there, I think that's incredible. One of my favorite things, we had a guy on our show earlier this season, one of the most iconic Toronto Maple Leafs, Daryl Sittler. And Daryl met Terry, and I believe Terry wore Daryl's jersey in Toronto, I want to say at Mel Lastman Square, and they came through and they had an incredible, really, really cool video that we get to see. Of course, that's part of the history. And then the Sharp family, maybe you can speak to that.
I mean, we are hardcore Daryl Sittler fangirls over here. We love Daryl Sittler, and Daryl Sittler, I mean, icon still to this day. But he was just at a Terry Fox event not too long ago, and he said, Terry Fox is the greatest Canadian ever. And he believes that. I mean, he's believed that his whole life, and he's just incredible. Those iconic images of when Terry ran through Toronto and Daryl ran down University Avenue with him and a crowd of 10,000 people, and he gave him his NHL All-Star jersey. Just like, I mean, you can't, these kind of iconic images, they're just such a part of Canadian history, and they mean so much to kids today, to Leafs fans, to people all around the country.
Well, so the Leaf season's ending shortly. We have a summer of training to get ready for. When is the run in Toronto for us to get in shape for it? Ryan and I are going to join you.
Oh, amazing. I'm going to hold you to that. So the run opened yesterday, and so you can register for the 46th annual Terry Fox Run at terryfox.org, and the run happens across Canada September 20th.
Wonderful. I was just looking at some of the numbers.
You want to run? You're going to run with me, no?
There's no chance I'm running. But you know what? Maybe by
walk.
then.
We can walk
Maybe
with
by
everyone.
then, yes. Calls me out of my weakness.
Friendly.
It is
Yeah.
family. You can
Family
walk.
friendly.
You can walk. You
Piggyback?
Can, yeah, piggyback. You can
Thank you.
piggyback. Wheelbarrow.
I was looking at some of the numbers, and it's staggering when you think about where he was at the time. It had to stop in 1981, I believe. 5,400 kilometers is the distance, and I was looking at the impact just in those times. And you think about inflation, you think about everything where, the challenges of raising money back then, and it looks as though that goal was met, right? $1 for every Canadian. Just over $24 million was raised way back then, and he was going 42 kilometers a day. I wonder if you can just kind of give us some numbers. I'm putting you on the spot a little bit in terms of how much has been raised through the foundation, because that was impressive back then.
We are so happy to finally announce that this year we crossed the $1 billion mark with funds raised.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
$1 billion raised in Terry Fox's name. That's a lot of research dollars, and that's a lot of help going to Canadians.
That is amazing when you think about that.
And it just really points to the fact how like one person can make such a difference. You know, he was just a kid. He was just a kid when he was running with an incredible vision, and his determination, his courage, his dream has made such an impact.
Well, while we're on the topic of fundraising, why don't we talk about the shirts you're wearing? Because I think a lot of Canadians, there was a shirt that was going around, a limited edition shirt a while ago, and I know that caught fire as well. That was wildly popular. I had to buy one. I loved it. You guys have got the new and improved version of it. Maybe a little thought on it and how we can get one.
Yeah, this is our new collection. It just launched a few days ago. It's available on terryfox.org, and we partnered with Adidas once again. So there's a wide variety of items. There's short sleeve, there's long sleeve, there's a hoodie, there's the re-release of Terry's iconic Orion shoes that he wore in 1980. There's a tote bag, and all proceeds support cancer research. So when you buy any one of these items, you can feel great that your purchase is supporting research.
And where are we buying these?
terryfox.org.
I love that. Okay, I'm getting those shoes too, by the way.
Those Adidas really have become, everything old is new again.
I'm wearing a pair
Are
today,
you? Can we see?
Say,
Get them up.
Oh, there you
those
go.
are great. Those are great.
Yeah, they're the best shoes.
Fantastic. Anything else we should know about some of the work that the foundation is doing, and maybe even a look into the future about some things you're kind of looking at checking off?
It's our 46th year, so we just came off an epic 45th anniversary, and we have a lot of amazing, exciting events planned for the year to come. Some surprises in store, so you should follow our channels if you want to be the first to know about some special screenings and some special events we have coming up. But it's going to be a very exciting year, and we're really excited to share it with Canadians.
What have we got there?
You know what? Can we sit up here right here? Right there. Who's this?
This is my daughter, Louisa, and she does the Terry Fox Run every year in her school, and she's actually the top fundraiser at her school.
Come on. Louisa?
Yeah.
Really? How much do you love raising money for that? Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
Good for you. How old are you?
Where's your brother?
My brother's over there.
Hey, are you coming? Let's go.
Probably eating Mayday's onion rings. Well, Lisa and Denise, I really appreciate you coming by, and thank you for being here as well. Thanks for sharing your stories, the work you're doing, and I think it's just continued success because everybody really resonates with it. I think everybody's fiercely proud of Terry Fox and certainly the foundation, and I think they're always so happy when their kids get involved as well. So thanks for sharing today. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, we just stick with us for just a moment because, tonight we've got a lot of neat storylines as we talked about on the hockey side of things, and that one is the fact that Ryan Torberg, who is a member of the AHL Toronto Marlies, is going to make his NHL debut. Hard to believe he was drafted back in 2020. He's had injuries, he's had to wait, he's had to be patient, he's had to battle, he's had to develop. Tonight, in front of friends, family, and teammates, he's going to make his National Hockey League debut. And this morning, I had a chance to chat with him. All right, Ryan, this is a fantastic moment. You've seen a couple of your teammates with the Marlies make their debut, and you were drafted in the 7th round back in 2020, I believe. You're about to make your National Hockey League debut. How does that sound? How does that feel?
It feels great. Just come a long way since getting drafted, so just a lot of nerves a little bit, but we'll see what happens.
You're a Toronto guy. You got family in Richmond Hill. You kind of came up, certainly you know all about this market, you know all about this organization, and you've been in it. So to kind of take it all in from the training camps you've taken part in to where you sit today, who do you think about? Who do you kind of have top of mind as you go about your business here?
First and foremost, my family, just helping me to get here, but then, just teammates and everyone that's helped me along the way with the Marlies, and even here, just, that's just a good group of people just to help me get here.
Tell me about your year with the Marlies. What have you liked about your game? Your numbers have improved and increased as you've gone along in the American League level.
What is it about your game that you're liking and what you want to try and apply here?
I think I'm just been a really responsible player this year, 200 feet player, so I'm just trying to do all the right things, do the little things right, defensively and offensively too, try and create as much as I can.
You mentioned you're going to have some family in the house tonight. I don't know how many tickets you've had to spring for, but this is kind of a last moment thing. So have you thought about what it's going to be like when you go out there for your hot rookie lap solo here tonight?
A little bit, just mainly just don't toe pick and make a clown of myself for the most part, but just do what I normally do.
Yeah. Have the boys been giving it to you, or has there been any advice at all come your way, or have they been just chirping all the time?
Not too much chirps yet, but we'll see what happens when it gets closer to it.
You talked finally just about nerves. How do you kind of park those and know that pace is going to be something and kind of blocking out all the noise, including talking to guys like us? How do you kind of see the rest of your day going as you focus on game time?
I'll just try and make it like a regular game day. Just try not to change much and just do what I normally do.
I wish you the best of luck. Congrats and thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
All right, there is Ryan Torberg, and here is Logan Shaw, the captain of the Marlies. And Logan, thanks for doing this. Thanks for being here. When you see Ryan getting ready for his NHL debut, what do you think? What comes to mind?
I'm proud. I'm proud of him. He's earned it. The way I've seen him develop and grow over the last couple of years. But he's a great player. He's fast, he's very cerebral, but he's been a huge part of our dressing room this year and over the last couple of years. But the way he's kind of brought guys together, with the way that he is in the dressing room, he's very funny, he's very comedic. But he just helps bring everyone together, and that's a big part of becoming a professional athlete. And it's not just about what you bring to the ice, but it's what you bring to the dressing room. What kind of person you are, what kind of man you are. And for him, I'm very proud of him to see this, because he's put his work in. He put in his time. Starting fourth, fifth line in the Marlies. Going through no power play time, no penalty kill time, to this year getting a little bit at a time, and really taking advantage of it all. So I'm really proud of him.
That's great. He's got the numbers too to back it up, so he's feeling it too, right?
You look back when you started your career, you're a young guy, unbridled enthusiasm, just like this young man. And now you're a mentor. You're the captain of the Marlies. You're embarking. The playoffs are around the corner. How has that progression been for you? And do you see yourself in a different light than when you were 20 years old and had no clue what was in front of you?
Yeah, absolutely. I to this day, I'll never forget the guys that were the older guys around me when I was younger. I could name drop a lot of them, but I always kind of wanted to be one of those guys. And when I signed in Toronto, it was obviously a difficult decision between a couple different teams, but we signed here knowing what my role was going to be, and that was to obviously still be the best player that I can be, but to obviously help their young guys become NHL players. And the way it is, it's yes, you want them to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but if I can help any player become, get to the NHL, and whether any organization, that's still something to me that would mean a lot. And I want these guys to look at, in 10, 12 years down the road, and I want to be one of those guys that they remember. And I do take pride in that. And I take pride in, when these guys get called up and I get to send them a text and say congratulations, I hope that they think of me when, and what I helped them through in their first couple of years pro. But it's a special moment for sure. And this moment right here you get to see right now with Villy and Hames and Quillen and Torberg this year, I still remember mine. So I think it's something pretty special for these guys, but it's also special for the whole organization. Is there any
individual, any player that jumps out at you that you remember that did that for you?
Yeah, well, my first year in Florida, it was Sean Thornton and Derek McKenzie. They kind of really helped me out, my first year in the NHL. But, first year pro, I had a lot. We had a lot of old guys. We had Jed Ortmeyer, Mark Mancari, Greg Zan, and there was a lot of guys that I can remember. Dan Ellis, the goalie, even. There was a lot of players. Greg Rallo. I could go on and on and on, but it's something that I'll never forget, and I hope that these guys feel the same way.
Well, you've got a number of Marlies in the house tonight because of this, this brotherhood, and because you're seeing guys that we've talked about get the call and be in the lineup. Can you just maybe speak to your group? You mentioned inside that room, but maybe the character or the identity of this Marlies group that's getting set for a playoff run. Who are you guys?
Yeah, so we have a couple big games coming up this weekend against Laval. You know, we're pushing for third spot, which is huge for us going into playoffs. But in our dressing room, over the last couple of years, we've done a great job trying to build a culture and an identity of we want to be great people. We want to be a team that wants to play for each other. We want to be a team that supports each other, but, you know, we want to work hard every night. And right now, we're trying to find that consistency within our locker room. And, you know, every year, every team has their ups and downs, and that's just the way pro sports works. But for us, it's about, you know, finding that. We're going into, you know, we had a big win the other night against Syracuse, which could be a very potential playoff matchup for us. And then we're playing Laval, who's the top team in our division this weekend. So for us, it's about finding that playoff. You know, we have 2 games left, and we're looking to make a big push. You know, it's tough. The American League's a tough league. It's tough to beat any team back-to-back. So for us, it's just about pushing together. We have a great group of guys. You know, Ryan Hardy has done a great job bringing that group together and putting a culture in that room that really means a lot to each and every one of us. And we're proud of it. You know, with Gruden as our coach, he's kind of gave us the dressing room as the older guys and let us, you know, he gives us our systems and structure, but he lets us run the room, which, you know, goes a long way.
That's great. I was chatting with your general manager before the show, and he couldn't, you know, say enough good things about you. But I think, and you know, I think if you look at good American Hockey League teams, you have to have veteran presence. Players like yourself who've committed to that role, that understanding of where they are, and the understanding of what they need to do. You can look around the AHL, and good teams have that. Is that fair? I mean, you need veteran leadership. It's one thing to have the call-ups up and down, but to have that stability is rare and important.
Yeah, it's hard, and I'm not tooting my own horn here, but it's hard to find guys that are okay with that, right? Yeah. And I'm not saying that, you know, I'm happy not playing in the NHL, because I've always, you know, that's my dream. That's every kid's dream, is to play in the NHL and be the best, but I still strive to be the best even though I don't have that opportunity. I still want to play with the best, I want to play against the best, and I want to be the best. But to have the older guys that we have in that dressing room with Vinny Lettieri, Matt Benning, Dakota Murmas, Travis Boyd, myself, you know, I don't want to leave guys out, but it's just such a long way. And then you have the guys that are in those in-between stages, like the Reese Johnson, Brandon Baddock, Mark Johnstone. It goes on, and it's those guys too. It's everyone, really, but it's those guys too that help bring these young guys in. And really what we're trying to do is teach these young guys how to be professional athletes, but by doing that, we're trying to push each other as well.
You're a Glace Bay / Cape Breton guy. You can hear it in the accent, and you get a chance in the summers to train with some of the best. And I think we know where we're going with this, but you probably don't want to talk about it too much, but I think people out there would be impressed to know who you're skating with in the summers.
Yeah, we've had a good skate. I've been very fortunate. I'm proud to be from Cape Breton. That's home, and I'll always call that home. You know, my family, my wife's family are all from there. But now Halifax is home for us, and my family, we moved there about 13 or 14 years ago.
Lower deck.
Yeah, we used to live downtown.
Oh.
We used to live downtown, and we're in the suburbs now as we have kids. But our skates, you know, I think we started 12 or 13 years ago. We're very, very fortunate. We have Batherson. So myself, Batherson, Crosby, McKinnon, Marchand, Morgan Barron, Justin Barron, Shane Bowers. Yeah, it's we're very, very lucky. And then you have, you know, sometimes in the summer with the trainers, Tavares will come out. You know, these big guys come out as well to come down there and train and skate with those guys, get their summer program. We're very lucky. We're very lucky. But watching those guys, it's not working on their toe drags and, you know, their skills all summer. It's battle. We compete. We work hard all summer, and we're doing 1-on-1s, 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s all summer long, starting in about second week of July. So, you know, by the time training camp starts, we're ready to go.
Logan and I met many years ago in Anaheim on a beach in Laguna Beach. Of course,
just by chance, eh, boys?
Well, the two of us.
Come on, tell the real story.
Different timing, but we both played for the Anaheim Ducks. Yeah. And of course, I was retired at this time, and as I was sitting on the beach as a retired old guy, the Anaheim Ducks, Ryan Kessler and Kevin Bieksa and a few other guys, but your whole team rolled in with their partners, girlfriends, wives, and they had a beach day in Emerald Bay, Laguna Beach. It was fantastic. And
that's one thing that I'll never forget.
Yeah.
And that group of guys we had in Anaheim that year was spectacular. We had a good run. We lost in the conference finals, but it was with Getzlaff, Perry, Bieksa, Jonathan Bernier, Ryan Miller,
Unbelievable.
Francois Beauchemin. It was awesome. We had an awesome time, but it was things like that's what makes a team, and it's doing those things away from the rink and making everyone feel welcome. But it's a little easier to do that when you can get to the beach on, I don't remember if it was October, November, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for sure. And then you run into the alumni as well, and that's part of it. These guys that are proud to be from these organizations, and that's one thing that I can say about the Marlies. I'll always be proud to be a Toronto Marlie.
I love it. I know you got a big night ahead. You got your boy here as well. I think we've got some onion rings off camera if you want to dig into that.
Oh, by the way, they're the best. You probably can't have them playoffs around the corner, but your son can.
But your boy can. Enjoy tonight with the teammates and watching your teammates on the ice.
Thank you.
Continued success. Best of luck in the postseason when you get there.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate you stopping by.
I appreciate you having us. One thing I would like to say is, with the support that we've had all year from our fans, we want to see that leading into playoffs. It's been awesome. The Coca-Cola Coliseum is an awesome place to watch a game, and hopefully we get the support for that as well.
Get your Marlies tickets. Get out there and support the guys.
Thanks, brother.
We'll let you just walk on off. Thanks so much, Logan. Great to meet you. And he is Logan Shaw, and we'll just continue the conversation and enjoy the onion rings and pretend you're not going to have one. Come on. We've got a game against the Dallas Stars tonight. A couple of things I want to get to before we just kind of sign off, and that is, do we have the oversized hat? There it is. Thank you, Danny. So this, not tonight. Oh, we should get Logan to sign this as well. And as you may or may not remember, we've been getting our guests to sign this throughout the season. Logan, put your autograph anywhere you can find right on there. That's beautiful. And we've been having our guests all season long sign this. We're going to auction it off for charity at the end of the season. Of course, thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Logan Shaw on the hat.
There it is. Oops, sorry.
Love Armando. It. Who else is on there?
I mean, we've got everybody.
We got Jim Cuddy. Amazing.
Langlois, Will Arnett.
Rick Emmett, Triumph. We've got Wendell Clark. We've got Paul Bissonnette.
Jackie Redmond.
Jackie Redmond was there, yes.
I just can't even understand some of these, but Matt Sundin is on there.
James Barker Band, I believe, is on there as well.
That's right. So we've got a little bit of everybody there for you. And, again, we're going to auction that off when the season concludes.
You know what's unbelievable, though? When you start looking at autographs, some of them you just have no idea who it is.
No,
I think the old players, and certainly Walter Gretzky would be pissed at all of us.
Yeah.
Because Walter ingrained in the Wayne that you have to write your name so that it's legible. And I don't know, some of these guys can't write.
Oh, mine's terrible too, so I can't carve too
Beautiful.
much. But hey, it's been a pleasure. This is our final home game. We've got one more road game, and that's in Ottawa on Wednesday. But I guess as we put a little bow on this, anything that comes to mind for you in our inaugural season? You've done great, Mayday. You've made just about all the games. You've landed massive guests. You've been hilarious. You were in a tank top at one point.
I'll tell you what, next year I'll wear that tank top. I'll look better. I'll be working out all summer for the Terry Fox.
You're doing the run.
For the Terry Fox
like
run.
how you
now.
volunteered me. Thanks.
Yeah, why not? And so we started this whole thing. We had no idea where it was going to go.
Yeah.
Thank you to
like
the Toronto
most nights. Yeah.
Thank you to the Toronto Maple Leafs and MLSC to have us with our wonderful staff here, all the production guys, the crew, the audio. Thank you guys for helping us and being here for us. I just want to say, we started off with just a concept, and all of a sudden, if you can zoom in on this little thing, we got
terrifying.
Look at, if you look right here, just to lay it out there, I lost my tooth.
Hasn't come up. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's such an awful looking thing. But yeah.
Brush your teeth.
I'm really excited to have this. I hope they invite us back next year, or me back. I know you are. You're a legend in this game.
It's like a corn cob tooth.
It's
like
you know what happens?
It's like a pipe.
It's awful. Because
Orville Redenbacher.
They
Pop that thing.
They shaved it down, and it's my real tooth. I just wish they knocked it right out. But at the end of the day, I got to get it fixed. I just haven't had time. Ryan, I love this. I loved working with you. I'm having a great time. I hope we can do it again for a whole season.
Yeah.
And with an idea, with a concept, and we're going to come with a ton of energy and have a lot of fun and celebrate these great hockey players, the great league, and certainly our guests.
Great stories with a fan base that doesn't matter who you are, if you're sitting at home or if you're in one of these chairs. We appreciate all of it because you've tuned in throughout the season on all of the Leaf platforms. It's been an absolute blast.
And the one guy we want to mention, I don't know if he watches it. He's just our boss, or certainly the producer, Sean Bowen. But Sean is spending the evening with his father, Joe Bowen, the legend, who I guess it's his last
home game,
last home broadcast, and it's the right place for Sean to be with his dad.
That's
so
right.
I hope they have a great night tonight.
And Joe Bowen's signature is right there. Listen, once again, thank you for tuning in all season long. We hope to be back with you next year, and who knows what this offseason will bring, but we appreciate you checking it out. So enjoy the game. Dallas Stars, Toronto Maple Leafs. It's been a wild ride. Enjoy.